Audrey Alison. Thank you for joining me for your June 2016 forecast for the month. I'm happy to be here, and I feel like this June is a fresh new start. There's a lot of fresh new energy, nothing old. I feel like starting off the top of the month with a new moon is always a great way to go. So thank you for joining me, and if you're new to the channel, thank you for viewing and for your subscriptions. And for my steadfast, loyal viewers, I really appreciate your support and your subscriptions, so thank you for tuning in. Let's start with the 4th of June. We have our new moon at 14 degrees of Gemini. And this is a sextiled energy for you, Leo. You love your Geminis. This is the 11th house of friendships. The new clubs, new groups, new friends, new organizations that you're affiliated with all start at the top of the month. And if there are new clubs that you'd like to join, or new people that you'd like to attract into your life, set your intention on the 4th. You could really see some manifestation happen by the last day that we have in June on the 30th, because we end on a grand Earth trine day before Mars goes direct. So you want to talk about energy for manifestation and stamina. You need Mars direct in order to do that. So that's what June is about. New moon on the 4th in the sign of Gemini, and then on the 12th, Mercury enters Gemini. I love June. It's my favorite month, and I am biased because I love my birthday more than any other day of the year. So having Mercury in the sign of Gemini through the 29th is really igniting the communications with friendships, your goals, your wishes, your clubs, all things social that you're connected to, Leo. And it all sextiles you. The new moon energy, whatever placements you have in Leo, your sun or your ascendant, your moon, it's all sextiling you, the new moon's energy and Mercury itself, Mercury himself, the messenger. On the 17th, Venus, the planet of love and harmony and balance, enters Cancer through the 12th of July in the 12th house. When Venus is in the 12th house, it's a very calming position, the house of rest, the house of the undoing, the house of release, the house of endings, quiet, psychic ability. And Venus, balance, harmony, beauty. So you need your beauty rest, is how that can be interpreted. Any Leo, the lions are kind of just stretching out of their cave. They're getting ready for their solar return. So the 6 weeks out prior to the birthday is when you really accomplish more in the full year in those 6 weeks than you do the entire year. There's a complete understanding, a downloading of information, and dreams of females are ignited at that time. Having, Venus, the Venusian energy representing the female and Aphrodite, and the 12th house of dreams, your intuition regarding the feminine is strong right now too, Leo. On the 17th, there's an aspect that I'd like to discuss, and please watch your ascendant sign for the forecast because it's very accurate if you are blessed enough to know your time of birth. We have an aspect between Saturn, who is retrograde in Sagittarius, in the 5th house of children, squaring up against Neptune and Pisces in your 8th house of shared resources. This day is uncomfortable, the 17th. The square is existing throughout the whole month, but this is an exact square on the 17th at 12 degrees. And with squares, the planets are positioned 90 degrees away from each other in the sky on the solar wheel. And this creates some discord in order for change and realignment to occur. Realignment with Saturn, who is restriction in the 5th house of freedom, children, restriction in fun, restriction in pleasure, realigning your purpose with your children, and realigning the shared resources in this sector, because it's squaring Neptune and the delusion that Neptune comes along with. The rose-colored glasses of Neptune in your shared resources sector could see you coming out of pocket without seeing clearly enough for the children at this time, or for creative projects at this time, the 5th house of entrepreneurial creative risks. What are you really spending? Or squaring off against some investors, the 8th house of investments, investors, other people's money. This is not a day to base your life's work on. It's not a day for taking anything too personally or for clarity. This is a day of confusion with the square of Neptune and Pisces. So take a beat on that day. I wouldn't push through aggressively with anything 5th or 8th house related. Property, inheritance, will, children, gambling would be a no-no on the 17th. Saturn in your 5th house is limiting the risks that you're taking in the 5th house, the risk-taking house. So you don't want to push through, especially with money on that day. If you're gambling, don't do it on the 17th. It's bad energy for that. I don't want to say bad. It's not working with you. It's not energy that's going to support other people's resources and your risk-taking. Now, on the 20th, one more thing, going back. Another way this could apply is if you're freelance, you work for yourself, okay, in the 5th house of creative endeavors and entrepreneurialism. But you owe people money, or you owe something, rent or something, with the 8th house of shared resources. This isn't a day to write your landlord a check or to write your business associate the money you owe them on the 17th. Something needs to be looked over with fine detail. There is some deception with Neptune and not enough clarity. So hold off on paying someone back even on that time, on that date. Okay, now on the 20th, we have our full moon on June 20th, bringing an end and a closure for the second time, because this is also a full moon in Sagittarius. We had one last month, which is rare. 1 degree of Sagittarius in May was our full moon. This month, it's 29 degrees of Sagittarius. So a complete closure in the 5th house area. Some of you have your children moving out of the home in a big way, an official move or ending of some of you are giving birth, an official ending of the pregnancy around the 20th. So summer solstice babies are coming in the mix, just like me. This is a great day. It's a great day to see a completion of a creative project on the 20th, and on that same day, the sun enters Cancer. Usually it's on the 21st though, but it's a little bit earlier. On the 26th, this is a date to mark down that's actually very beneficial, harmonious, trine energy between Jupiter, stationed in Virgo, in the 2nd house, trining Pluto in Capricorn in your 6th house. There is an elevation of the earnings between the work and your value, self-value, and possessions. This exact trine on the 26th occurs at 16 degrees between Jupiter and Pluto, and you will see some elevation with this trine. It's filtering 120 degrees away from each other in the astrological wheel, the solar wheel, and there is growth because Jupiter is involved, expansion of the resources, 2nd house, trining the intensity of Pluto in the 6th house of work and routine and health. The better you feel, the better you are at your job. The better you are at your job, the better you feel. They're interrelated here. And on the 29th, Mars goes direct at 23 degrees of Scorpio. Yes, needed that. There's stamina and energy to host in the home. There is stamina, energy, physical strength for the connection with motherhood or the mother role in your life. Physicality in the home, the moving around of furniture, the moving itself, literally. And we end the month on the 30th with the grand Earth trine, still between Jupiter and Virgo, but the moon enters Taurus on the last day of June, which ignites the grand Earth trine. Beautiful placement between the 2nd, 6th, and 10th house. So the career is absolutely elevated and impacted in June, and all of your earnings can progress. And July will even be smoother in that arena because Mars will be direct for the next 2 years now, and that helps with the earnings. Okay, Leo, I've shuffled thoroughly the whole reading. going to see what your cards are for June 2016, but I would like to say if you'd like to read with me, I'm available at audreyalison.com and I read all through the week. You can select your desired reading length via the PayPal button, and I will return your email in a day or two and we can set it up. Oh, well, I didn't want to start like this. Ten of Swords means you're coming out of something where you felt defeated. Maybe you feel like you didn't have a victory. Let's see what else comes up. Or it could be heartache, could be that you've lost someone as well. So we'll see. Lady of Staves, she's come up a lot, and this is about Leo too, the fire in you. She likes to start something new. This is a lady that loves dance, and I feel her on that. That's like one of my favorite things in the world. Lady of something new. The newness, fresh starts. So coming out of maybe a heartbreak or the loss of someone or feeling defeated, you didn't get something you wanted. Now you want a fresh start from it. Let's see what else comes up. There's a few more cards. He's come up before too. Feeling like something is missing. Now, don't worry about your finances, Leo, because this Earth trine and the grand Earth trine that's existing, with Jupiter in your second house, your earnings are going to pick up. But while there was a delay with Mercury retrograde and Mars retrograde, it's hard for things to push through. There's always a sense that something may be missing. But this card denotes to take an assessment of what it is you truly have, that you truly can value, your possessions. What are you worth? What are you worth? What's in your pocket? There might be some things that you're not seeing that you have as far as value, and you feel like you're at a loss, but you're not. The Four of Swords, the thinker, rest, the 12th house. That's so impacted when the Sun conjuncts Venus in this sector. He's at rest. The Four of Swords, also meditation, spiritual pursuits. The 9th house isn't lit up for you, but I have to say, Leo, above a lot of signs, can benefit from a more relaxed energy because they're so governed by fire, and they're the leader, and the energy it can be aggressive. You need some time to rest, and since your 12th house is activated, it's the time to do so right before your solar return, like I said. Now, the Eight of Cups is here as well, and this has to do with you emotionally and creative Leos, putting your emotions into your work, putting your emotions into your creative endeavors. Oh, okay. There is a new approach to the way the creative artist in Leo is living. You didn't like the way something was handled. And this could be in the 2nd, 6th, and 10th house of career, work, routine, earnings. You could have been rejected for a promotion or felt like this wasn't fair. Something was missing and you feel like they're not appreciating you as much. You feel wounded. First of all, don't take things personally. And don't fake it either. Like, just don't really take it personally. Don't just say you're not taking it personally and then go home and take it personally. There's a big difference. The best thing I read was over 2 years ago, and I've really been trying to practice it ever since. But it was a message I saw on IG that said, the best thing you could do is mind your own business. And I was like, you know what? Absolutely. You can detach from the personal aspect of thinking that things happen to you or because of you. No one is doing anything because of you. They're doing it because of themselves, because everyone can only see through the concept that's created through their own eyes. We're each living our own movie. So, and I'm going off on a tangent right now, but there's a reason for this, because I feel like some Leos are taking things personally with this card. This is the card of thinking that you're not in the right place for earnings, but you have everything you need. You need to sit back and reassess the true value of what you have. And maybe you need to start and initiate a new way of making these earnings and take your talent elsewhere. That could also apply. A fresh start in the earnings sector, in the work sector, in the creative sector. I hope this was helpful, Leo, and I appreciate you watching. I'm wishing you a beautiful June. I'll see you soon, and remember, the sky is limitless, so reach for the stars.